We are going to show you how to cook a 100% grass-fed steak to where it's tender, juicy, and super beefy. Welcome to Air to Ground Farms. I'm Shelly.
I'm Rich. We have a meat store and we sell our 100% grass-fed beef in our store. And we have gotten to where we will not allow someone to walk out the door with one of our steaks without having a conversation about how to cook grass-fed steaks because it is different.
It is different. You know, grass-fed beef is some of the most nutritious meat that we can eat on the planet. And we want to make sure that anybody who takes our grass-fed beef home knows what to do with it because we've taken close to 3.5 years to grow that beef. And if you take this home and you ruin it in the last 12 minutes, that was a lot of work.
We've gotten comments that said that steak was so tough I couldn't
Right.
even eat it. And we ask, how did you cook it? Well, I started a fire and threw it on the flame. It's like, oh man, that's hard.
Yeah. So we learned it our own selves. We had our own, grass-fed cow that we bought, whole beef, and he went and threw some steaks on the grill, and they were just tough as a boot. And we had to get a little bit of education. So what we want to do is walk you through the prep, the cooking, the resting, the whole thing, and show you exactly how to cook it. And when you buy your grass-fed beef, it's going to be delicious every time.
So the meat is actually a little bit different. The steak itself, this is a ribeye, and you can see it's got a little bit less marbling on the inside of the muscle here than what you might normally see in a ribeye from a cow that has been grain-fed standing in a feedlot instead of a cow that is eating grass walking around on a pasture. If the muscle itself is actually different, so you have to be more careful with the grass-fed steak because it doesn't have all of the fat inside it. It's a whole lot less forgiving with over temperature and overcooking from a time perspective.
Right. You'll notice real quick just the color of the meat. This is a New York strip. There we are. Let me go get this one open.
So we're prepping a New York strip and a ribeye today.
All I've done is open them up, give them a little bit of rinse just to get some of the bloody juice off of there, which is perfectly natural. Just get some of that off and then pat it dry because you want to kind of reduce as much of the moisture on the outside as you possibly can.
A tip for that is take it out. If you've got an hour or so before it's time to cook, take it out of the package, put it on a wire rack on a cookie sheet, sprinkle it fairly liberally with kosher salt, and then stick it in the refrigerator maybe, or even in your oven if you're letting it come up to room temperature, because I think step one is thaw your steak and let it come up to room temperature.
Yeah, these are pretty much at room temperature. We've had them sitting so that they would be. All right, I typically do the seasoning of the meat, and I just like to use some coarse kosher salt and fresh ground pepper. And I'm going to put a nice, really heavy or quite heavy coat of the salt on there. Okay? Don't be shy with the salt. This beef can handle it, guys. It really, really can.
Yeah, and kosher it's not quite as salty as just your table salt.
Right. Highly recommend kosher salt for your beef or your meats anyway.
So at this point, if you had time, would be set it on a rack, set it in the fridge or in the oven about an hour. The salt will soak in, a little bit of moisture will come out. You can pat it dry again, and then if you want to, you could sprinkle a little bit of salt on it, but I would be careful with that. And what that does is draws a little bit of moisture out of the very edge of the meat, and it allows it to get more of like a crispy crust on it.
Okay, black pepper. I put some, I don't like go crazy. Flip that over. Please. So I don't have to wash my hands for the third time.
Okay,
Thanks.
I'll wash mine.
Okay. Beautiful. These guys are prepped. They are ready to go on the grill. Is the grill ready?
It is heated but not cleaned yet.
Okay, so let's go out to the grill and talk about how we grill. Now that we're grilling it.
Yeah.
There are other ways to cook them, but this is a grill situation. Let's go see what's going on at the grill, and we'll start talking through some of that and get them on, right?
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
I don't want to forget one of the most important tools when cooking a grass-fed steak, and that is a thermometer. This is an instant read meat thermometer. We have it in our Amazon store. You can check it out there. Any of them will work, though. We like this one because it actually is really fast. And we're going to cook these steaks based on temperature and not based on time. I think that's one way that they end up getting messed up is, well, I know I have to cook it for 23 and a half minutes. Like, it's all based on the temperature. We're looking for an internal temperature of 130 to 135, a very nice medium rare. You start getting much over that, and you're going to start getting tougher meat.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay, I've had the grill heating up now. I'm gonna get it all clean. I have all 4 burners on the grill going right now as I was heating everything up. I wanted the grill grates to be hot when we start this whole process. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off 2 of the 4 burners, and I want to hold the temperature somewhere, I don't know, somewhere around 350 degrees is what I'm going to try to do. And we're going to cook it, leave it on, shut the lid, leave it on for 4 to 5 minutes, and then I'll flip it every 4 to 5 minutes. After probably the second flip, I'm going to check the temperature. So I'm turning off 2 of the burners. I still have 2 burners on a medium-high heat, and now the steaks are going to go on. The side of the grill that I just turned the burners off. And now we wait. Okay, the grill's holding right about 350. It's maybe 340 right now. It's been 5 minutes, and I'm going to give them their first flip. All right, it's time for the second flip. And we'll check the internal temperature. $121. $128. So the ribeye is closer than the strip. Not ready yet. We'll give it another 3 or 4 minutes. It's been 4 more minutes. I'll give them a flip and a check. $126 on the strip. 133, 134 on the ribeye.
I think we're good. We're good.
Okay, we are good. So the ribeye is coming off, strip is coming off. We will take them inside and tint them loosely with some tin foil and let them rest for, 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay, after he gets them off of the grill, I'm just gonna take some tin foil, tint it, and let these babies rest. What that does is allows all of the juices to be redistributed throughout the meat. So, because if we cut it right now, it's all kind of together, and it will just all come out and just go all over the plate. So if we let it rest, it'll go back into the muscle fibers more, and that way the meat will be juicier.
That's right.
Yep. All right, time for the moment of truth here. So they've been resting for about 8 minutes-ish.
Yeah.
They have rested, and all of their juices have come back together.
So,
Now, whenever you're slicing your steaks, always remember to go against the grain. That's going to give you a more tender chew. So find whichever way the grain is going and cut against that.
slice it right here.
Because we're splitting them.
Show what it looks like.
Oh, beautiful.
So that is a nice looking strip. You can see it's very juicy and you don't have the whole gray area that you get sometimes when you grill on high heat. It's just, look at that.
Wow.
It's just the very edge is cooked. The center is the color and consistency that you want it to be. So nice looking strip. Now let's check the ribeye.
Yeah, again.
So,
It's uniform color all the way through the steak. That's what he's talking about. So it's not so gray on the outside, where it's dunner on the outside and not on the end.
right. So there you have it. A very nicely cooked New York strip and ribeye, totally grass-fed.
All right, I got to taste them though.
Oh,
You know how I am.
you wanted to taste.
I do.
Okay.
All right. I'll just taste a little bit of both of them, please.
Which you pick which one you want.
I don't really care which one. There you go.
Okay. All right.
Probably not going to eat all that, but
Hmm.
but maybe
I am.
with a nice little tomato basil salad from the garden. Like literally walked out there just now and got it. How wonderful is that? Which one you trying first?
Strip.
Okay, me too then. Okay.
Can't get it into my fork.
The beefiness on grass-fed beef. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
We get grocery store beef now, and it just tastes so bland, you know? Now, one thing about this is when you buy grass-fed beef from a farmer, every cow is different. So you might have one steak that tastes like really, really beefy and is more tender. Maybe it was a little older. Or you may get a young one and it's maybe not quite as beefy and it may be a little, it could be tougher.
Could be.
It could be if it, you know. So, but the point is though that it's coming from where it's raised like it's supposed to. It's come from where it's supposed to, and you know, even if it isn't the like mushy in my mouth, I don't mind chewing my food.
Okay. I'm trying the ribeye now.
Okay.
Very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very, very good.
Delicious. And when it tastes like this, you don't need any sauce.
Yeah. No.
At all.
No, not at all. That's a really good flavor. We've got some butter sitting over here. We may take and put some butter on it. We like to add a little bit more fat to the protein in the beef. But outside of that, delicious, perfectly cooked. The temperature is great. The texture is great and not overdone.
Right. So remember, when you're cooking your grass-fed beef, whether it be a roast or a steak or whatever it is that came, wherever it came off of the animal, remember, low and slow is your best option. If you add high heat, the muscle fibers are going to tighten up on you. It's going to be tough and you won't like it. So have some patience, take it slow, grab a glass of wine, let the thing simmer, and it's going to be delicious every time.
So a quick recap. Thaw the meat, bring it to room temperature, put a nice layer of salt on it, let it rest for an hour or so, pat it dry, and then cracked pepper on it. Out to a preheated grill, turn the flame off underneath the steaks. About every 5 minutes, flip them over until they reach about 130 degrees internal temperature. Should take somewhere around 10 to 15 minutes. Take them off of the grill, let them rest, tint them with some aluminum foil for maybe another 10 minutes, slice against the grain, and enjoy some delicious grass-fed steak.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us in the kitchen and out at the grill. And until next time, bye y'all.
Bye, y'all.